Hey guys, this is the Gabrielson and I wanted to do a quick vlog review of Man of Steel. Yes, finally decided to watch this. And what do I think? Well, it's a decent comic book movie here, superhero movie I suppose. I've got to be honest, I'm not that as into these sort of movies as other people are at the minute. So yeah, I've kind of avoided a lot of them really because it's just not my thing, but I enjoyed it. There's a lot of action in there. You do see a slightly different take on Superman to what I'm more used to, which is the Christopher Reeves version of Superman. That's the one I'm more familiar with, and that's probably the one I would still prefer, but nevertheless Henry Cavill does a decent performance in this film as Superman. He certainly has the physique and the physical presence to be Superman. Less so much on the human side, more on the Superman side definitely. But yeah, this puts him up against Zod, which is also featured in the previous Superman movies as well. So there's a lot. It doesn't necessarily try to break any sort of new ground really, but it's a fun movie to watch. The effects look really good at times, and yeah, because it's a slightly younger take on Superman, he's a little bit less experienced with his powers and his abilities, and he does make mistakes at times, and yeah, it just shows him a slightly more vulnerable side to Superman, because you always assume when he's Superman he has no weaknesses other than like kryptonite of course, but you realise that it's over time that he gets to grips with all his abilities, and yeah, he just shows you a slightly different take on it. And you see like earlier days of him when he was younger and he was learning his powers, and like there's one point where he saves a group of people, and like his Earth father, I suppose you could call it, questions whether he should have saved them or not, because now people know he's got these powers and they want to protect him from being exposed to the world for how he is. So yeah, he has that kind of moral dilemma of, even from a young age, it's like, I have the ability to save people, but at the same time I put myself at risk of being exposed as completely different and unique and almost and essentially an alien on Earth. So yeah, it goes into that quite good. The guy, I can't remember the name of the guy who plays Zod, but he does okay. Admittedly, some of his lines do come off as a little bit corny, in his delivery at times does seem a little bit off, but apart from that, pretty solid performance. Without going into too many spoilers, the ending is pretty cool in terms of it's a huge battle, and yeah, it's just awesome to see it. Zod has several other sort of, I suppose you could call it the Zod gang, but they don't mention it as that in this film. But yeah, he has other people in his group that have abilities like Superman in a way, so some of them are really strong, some of them are really fast, and yeah, it's cool to see those battles play off. There's a lot of product placement in this movie, I really did notice that. It's hard to avoid it. One section of the movie, it's almost every other second, like a 5 seconds for this brand, 5 seconds for this brand. Funny thing about it is most of the brand names that I saw on there seem to be American based ones, which doesn't really translate to anybody outside of America. It's not like they're advertising Google, they're advertising things like Walmart and stuff like that, which we don't have across the pond. So yeah, a little bit odd there. But like I say, the ending's pretty cool. It's quite a shocking ending in a way. Without going into too many spoilers, I did not see that coming. I didn't think he'd do what he did. So yeah, well worth a watch. Obviously it's not going to cost anything now to watch, so yeah, I'd definitely say give it a go. I'm waiting to see, I know there's mixed opinions on Batman and Superman. I'm waiting to see once that comes out on like DVD or Blu-ray how that is, and yeah, just go from there really. But like I said, not the biggest comic book superhero fan, but even for someone like me, I was able to find an entertainment out of it. So yeah, that's just going to be my quick review, my quick opinion of Man of Steel. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.